Hey guys, momentai jank here again, bringing you another BT13 deck profile. This one is going to be on Rosemon Verse Mode. It is a deck list that me and my friend came up with, and it's a lot of fun, and we've been having a lot of great games with it, and I will be trying to get you guys some gameplay footage on that tomorrow. Well, today now, because it is now the 24th. Alright, so we have 4 Pokemon. I believe this is the ideal egg and the best egg for the deck. I am debating about putting a 5th egg just because this deck flies through eggs very consistently. And so, the effect is, once per turn, when an effect suspends one of your Digimon, you draw a card. So it's a very, very good card. The effect can attack multiple times, and as long as the card stays on the field really long, and this deck doesn't have a problem with that, you'll get a lot of draws. So onto the rookies. We are playing 4 of the new Lalawon. This card is another searcher for the deck. So look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Digimon that has plant, fairy, or vegetation in its traits, and 1 Yoshino Fujita, and add it to your hand. So potentially you can add 2 cards to your hand. And then the inherit is when this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green Tamer in play, you can reduce the Digivolve cost by 1. So essentially once you go into your level 5, you can reduce it by 1. So it's a very, very strong card. Only 1k power, but the majority of these decks of the deck are a bunch of weenies. And then next we are playing, of course, for Palmon. This card is the original searcher for the deck used in Bloom Lord. So on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with vegetation or plant and its traits, and 1 card with fairy and its traits among them. And then you put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So there are about 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 11 targets in this deck to add, so it's very consistent and very common that you will hit 2 targets off of this, and it helps so much and it feels great when you do. No inherit. Next we are running a small package of Pokemon. I wish I had a third one, but I could not find my third one. So if you have a third one, 3 and 1. So this card, this Pokemon, is when an effect suspends this Digimon, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So it's very nice when you need to like suspend something that's really annoying so you can run it over or something. And this Pokemon is MVP this format, I would say, against your Royal Knights. So players can't play Digimon by effect. So this does hurt you too, but you're able to shut this off whenever you want, just evil on top of it, and then you just get more and more like pluses off of it. So it's very, very nice and very good. It's a very good floodgate. And next we have 2 memory blockers, 2 Terriermons, yay! This card is amazing. It's great. When you hard play it, you're like, and then the look on the opponent's face is always like, why? Very close. So those are the rookies. We're playing 14 rookies. Do apologize for that glare. I believe it's the oversleeves. On to the level 4s. We are playing 4 of the Ode Sunflowmon. Very, very good card. I'm going to be saying that a lot because this deck, all the green stuff is just really good. The only downside is that their power is very bad. Also, it is the oversleeves. I do apologize for that horrible glare. So, when Digivolving, by suspending one of your green Digimon, so that means you do not have to suspend itself, you can suspend something else. You may play 1 Digimon card with the Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy trait with 3,000 DP or less for your hand without paying the cost. So you can play your rookies, you can get free searches, stuff like that. And the inherit is just like Pokemon. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, you draw a card. So very, very strong. And then we are playing 4 of the new Sunflowmon. This card is ridiculous. So, 1, it's a main effect. So if you hard play this, like passing turn, it's like if they don't get rid of it, you have so much value off of this. So by suspending this Digimon, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Fairy, and one of it in its trait in hand for the Digivolution cost. When it would Digivolve by this effect, you can reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. So that means all of your 4 of your level 5s, 4 of your level 6s, not 4 level 6, yeah, 6 of your level 6s can Digivolve for a cost of 1, essentially, or 2. And the same inherit as Lalawon. When this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green Tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So it's a very, very strong card. And then for the 1-ups for the 4s, and they've been coming in clutch, we are playing 1 Vegemon. Start of your turn, you get 1 memory. It's a 3k, and you just play for free. And it is a plant. It is a carnivorous plant. So remember, for the searchers, as long as it's in the text right there, where is it at? These are not the searchers. Like for instance, was plant in one of its traits, you may add it to your hand, so it is searchable. And start your turn, you gain a memory. So if you have a memory tamer, you go to 4. And then we were playing 1 red Vegemon just because it evolves for 1. It's a 3 cost level 4. It's never bad to hard play it, and it's a 3k body, so that way you can play up the effects for free. So very, very nice, and they've been coming in handy a lot. Now on to the 5s. We were playing 4 of the new Lilamon. This card is very nice. It is like the EX4, not EX4, EX2, I believe, Talmon on Digivolve. So when Digivolving, you may play 1 Yoshino Fujita from your hand without paying the cost. And as you can tell, it does not say if, as long as you don't control one. If you go back to back with these and you have multiple Yoshinos in hand, you just keep playing them. And they inherit. I'm so happy they fixed it. While your opponent has a suspended Digimon, gains security attack plus 1. I'm so happy. Like it's not another effect of, oh, if you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, you get security attack plus 1. As long as they have suspended Digimon, they attack last turn, you get security attack plus 1. And it's very consistent and it's very nice. And you don't have to like do extra work to get that extra check. We are playing 2 Ajatomon. So my friend is going to switch these out for something else, but I don't want to spoil that because that is their tech. But I've been liking this a little bit. It does feel like when I go into it, just because it plays a free body, which is very nice. By suspending this Digimon on your main, you may play 1 Digimon card with the Vegetation Plant or Fairy trait with 3,000 DP or less from your hand without paying its cost. And the inherit's very nice too. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon, you gain a memory. So it can extend your plays, and it plays more free bodies to the field. And we were playing the one Argomon, the Georgian 3, 1 attacking. You may play 1 level 3 green Digimon from your card from your hand suspended without paying the cost. And then 1 Blossomon, the Georgian 1, for 3, and evil for free. Very nice. So we were playing 8 level 5s, and also I forgot to mention, but we were playing 10 level 4s. On to the 6s, the fun part of the deck. We were playing 4 of the new. You didn't see that. We were playing 4 of the new Rosemon. This card is a nuisance. It's annoying to go up against. So it's a shame that it's a rare, and I wish I had an alt. So when Digivolving, by suspending one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, you can unsuspend this Digimon. So that's already very nice. And all turns, this is what throws a lot of people off. When an opponent's Digimon or Tamer becomes suspended, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, which is very nice and very annoying. So let's say they swing and they have a Tamer that has like a tap effect. You suspend the Tamer, they can't get the effect anymore. So it's very nice and it helps so much, and it's such good board control for it just like sitting there. So we play 4 of those. Next, you saw a little spoiler of it. We were playing 2 Lord Bloom. I always call him Lord Bloommon. Bloom Lordmon. This card is just, it speaks for itself. It's very good. It was one of the best decks in the game a few formats ago. It's still really good right now if you're doing a pure Bloom Lord build. But it's one of those cards where it's like, it's too good not to run. Like, you have to run it. And it's just insane. So, let me get a little closer. Hopefully it doesn't, like, the shine isn't too bad. When Digivolving, you may suspend one of your Digimon, then gain 1 memory for each suspended Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy, and one of their traits that you have in play. If you gain 2 or more memory, this Digimon gains Piercing for the turn. And you unsuspend this Digimon. Your turn. For every 2 suspended Digimon you have in play, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP and gains security attack plus 1. So you play all the bodies for free. It helps a lot. You go into this, it extends your play. You get a lot of memory, and another thing too, it is a fairy, so reducing it off the inherits of the level 4s does work with it. So you can, in reality, you can evo into this for free. This whole deck is essentially, this version of the deck is essentially like you're running. What's the one of option again? I'm like spazzing out right now. Hidden Potential HPD. The deck is basically hidden potential on legs, and you're just evoing, getting a bunch of value, keeping your turn. Very nice card. And the one of which I love, because I love a Levermon. There's 1 Levermon. This card is very nice. When Digivolving main, you may play 1 green or Royal Knight Digimon from your hand, and when you would play a bed effect, reduce the cost by 4. So it plays all of your level 4s, all of your level 3s. You can play your level 5s for cheap. It's very nice, and it's just really, really good. And all turns, when you play a Digimon by an effect, or in general, no, not even by an effect, when you play another Digimon, all of your green Digimon and Royal Knights gain blocker until the end of the turn. And that alone, it's like, hey, they're all blockers. Good luck, as long as you're not playing against Blue Flare, but good luck. And it's very nice. It's like, oh, hey, I'm gonna put you to 3, but I'm gonna play this, and the effect, let's say, I'm gonna play a Terriermon for free, or I'm gonna play a Pumamon for free. And it's like, oh, why'd you have to do that? Now on to the level 7s. We're playing 3. Rosemon Burst Mode. This card is insane. It is a mini Quartzmon that evils for free essentially, or a very high reduction cost. So it has an alternative way of Digivolving. So you can burst Digivolve for 0 on top of a Rosemon by returning 1 Yoshino Fujita to your hand. But at the end of your turn, you trash a top card of this card. So essentially, you evo, and a turn you trash it off. That's it. And then it goes away. That's the condition for you being able to go to level 7 for free, essentially. And so when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and one of their Tamers. So you have to choose 1 on 1. Until the end of your opponent's turn, all of their Digimon and Tamers don't unsuspend. So that is a walking Samadhi Santi effect. That is a walking Quartzmon effect where their stuff cannot unsuspend. And it is a blanket effect. So let's say they push up from security and they attack. It cannot unsuspend based on the way how it's worded. Until the end of your opponent's turn, all of their Digimon and Tamers do not unsuspend. So it is very good, very mean. It is such a nice, like, oh, here, I'm gonna stun this and I'm gonna stun that. They cannot unsuspend by any means necessary. No effects, so nothing, not until their following turn. And it keeps them in check. And it's very good. And it has a bonus effect too. When attacking, trash top card of your opponent's security stack for every 2 of your opponent's Digimon and or Tamers. Very good card. And sometimes even just hard evoing, because you're rarely going to do it for 5 unless like they just blow up by your Tamers early for somehow. Keeping this on board, it applies so much pressure because it's like, here's a 15k body that you have to deal with. And another nice thing too. So let's see, where is it? Oh, I just had it. What the heck? Oh, there it is. So a thing I did today. Let's say you evo over here into Leopardmon. You play something, and then you just evo into this for 5, or even less if you have the Yoshino Tamer, reducing it. It just stays there, and then your opponent has to deal with a 15k blocker on their next turn. It's like your board is stunned, and now you have to deal with like 15k blocker because he makes everything a blocker, and you're just like, well, what do I do against that? Very strong. So yeah, we played 3 of those. We were trying 2 at first, but 3, we feel like 3 is the correct number, and it's just amazing. And it's searchable. And then we were playing the best green card ever. Quartzmon. We all know what this does. Nobody likes this card. When they see you moving when you see them moving the memory gauge to 6 times, they're like, oh, I know what's coming. It's Quartzmon. Card speaks for itself. Wins games by itself. So, for people who don't know, when Digivolving, suspend all of the other Digimon and Tamers, except for himself. So it's your board and your opponent's board. And then for every 2 cards, you gain 1 memory back. And all turns, other than this Digimon, nothing else unsuspends. Only he unsuspends. So that stops reboot, that stops anything by effects, it stops everything. And when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. So let's say they try to play something, they're like, nah, I'm gonna suspend it. And then for every 5 suspended cards on the field, so your board and your opponent's board, you trash 1 card in their security. So if there's 5, you trash 1, there's 10, you trash 2, and so on. It's strong and it's just very, very good. The fact that they have hit that card is insane. And now we're going to go on, I believe that's right, on to the Tamers. So we were playing 4 of the Yoshino Fujita. This card is very, very nice because it is one of those few Tamers, sort of like Rika, where you get a lot more benefit when you have multiple copies of these out. even if you hard play one, you don't have to worry about those like level 4s that say, like, hey, as long as you don't control that tamer, you can play one for free. Lilamon says, hey, you evolve into me, you get to play one. And the more you have, the more benefit you get. Where is the 4th one at? There we go. And so she is a memory setter, which is also very good. And when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy, by suspending this tamer, you can reduce the cost by 1. So what that means is, so let's say you have a rookie and you promote it. You digivolve into a 4, and so as long as it has one of those traits, you can suspend this card and gain it. So you're going to evolve for 2, you're going to tap her, and gain a memory back. So she essentially reduces the Digivolution cost, but she says gain a memory. Which is better in a sense too, because for effects that say like, oh hey, your opponent cannot reduce Digivolution cost, the tamer bypasses that because you're not reducing, you're gaining a memory. So you play 4 of those cards, very good. And then we play the best tamer in the entire game, Mimi Tachikawa. This is the reason why I say I want to run 5 eggs. So she's a memory setter, because whenever somebody hits insecurity, their look on their face is just like, oh no, that essentially could be game. So start of your turn, your memory store less, you go to 3. And if you have a level 5 or higher green Digimon in play, you can suspend her to hatch an egg or promote something from your raising area. And if you promote that, let's say you just hatched, you evoed on top of it, your rookie, you tap her, you bring it up, it can swing because Mimi promotes it up, and the game sees it as it being there for an entire cycle, which is very dumb. So playing 2 of these is really nice. Like you have a level 5, tap, hatch, tap the other one, promote, oh, swing for game. Very, very good card, and I really like this a lot. And on to the last card, the one of Hidden Potential Discovered. Cost 0. You may play this card. The next time you Digimon into a green Digimon, you can suspend one of your Digimon and reduce the Digivolution cost by 5. So it's a very, very good card. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. This deck is a lot of fun. Hope you guys try it out, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will be uploading another deck profile in just a bit. Thanks for watching.